This is part 2 of a series. Today is build a bot using Teams Toolkit for Visual Studio Code. My name is Garry Trinder. I'm a cloud developer advocate at Microsoft. Moving on. So like I mentioned, this is part of the learning path. The learning path is build and deploy apps for Microsoft Teams using Teams Toolkit for Visual Studio Code. It is live in Microsoft Learn. If you want to go check out that now, use the short link at the bottom, which is aka.ms/learn/Teams Toolkit. So last week we covered just getting started. So that was going through Teams Toolkit for Visual Studio Code, how you could install it and create a new project from the samples gallery. So if you didn't watch that, that should be available. If not now, it will be soon on the Microsoft 365 Community YouTube channel. This week, we're going to be covering building bots. And then for next week, we will be covering building tabs. Then how Teams JavaScript library integrates with some of the projects as well. And finally, we're going to go through how to deploy and publish your app to your Teams tenant using Teams Toolkit for Visual Studio Code. So today, like I mentioned, we're going to cover building bots. What I want to do quickly, just a quick recap. If you didn't see the session last week where we covered getting started with Teams Toolkit, Teams Toolkit is a Visual Studio Code extension that enables you to build and debug and deploy Teams apps right from Visual Studio Code. So if you're a JavaScript developer or TypeScript developer and you're running on the different operating systems as well, Windows and Mac, then this is a tool that you can use to build your Teams apps. However, there is another flavor of Teams Toolkit as well, just to mention. So it is built into Visual Studio 2022. So if you're a .NET developer using C# and on Windows, then definitely check that out as well. But for this series, we're just covering Teams Toolkit for Visual Studio Code at the moment. Just want to call out the prerequisites. So everything I'm going to go through today, you need a Microsoft 365 tenant that's also been enabled for side-loading custom apps. You obviously need Visual Studio Code because we're working with a Visual Studio Code extension, and it's built on top of JavaScript, so you're going to need the Node runtime installed as well. Okay, so let's get into building bots. So first of all, I guess, what is a bot? So a bot is a capability within a Teams app that provides you with a conversational interface to basically be able to create apps that can simplify and automate repetitive tasks, things like ordering. You could go to a bot, you could create an order, put your details into an interactive card that could be returned back to you, and then carry on with your day. Nice, easy way of interacting with a bot. It could be something that uses natural language and is something more like ChatGPT. It could get that advanced. Or it simply could be a mechanism as well to notify members in your organization, employees of when they need to do something. So you can actually send proactive messages into a bot chat as well. And that's great for, needing some action. It's not all instigated by an end user. The system can send messages out to users as well. Now, bots can be used across Microsoft Teams. So the screenshot in front of you, this is a personal app. So this is a bot that you can use and interact with. There are other places that you can put them. So you can put them in a group chat. You can also put them in a team channel and also into a Teams meeting as well. So you've got lots of places where you could potentially add a bot into your workflow, improve communication, speed up efficiencies, run meetings better. These can be used in all those different areas. And I mentioned with the notifications as well. So nice way of being able to call people's attention to maybe perform a task is when a message is sent into Teams to the bot. You get a nice toast notification there that you can click on it and go straight to that message, and then act upon whatever is needed. So I want to talk a little bit about this proactive message approach, and we kind of touched on this in last week in session when we talked about the customer support scenario. And I want to kind of focus on this agent reminder bot. So we talked about how this bot could send a proactive message to a support engineer about a critical incident. So this could be something that is in a support system, an external signal that happens, and we want to trigger a message to go into Teams to that support engineer to remind them, or actually, again, it could be a critical incident to actually take some form of action. Now, there's a few things that you need to actually develop a bot for Teams. The first thing that you're going to need is a web server. So this is going to be where your code actually runs. This is where your bot logic is going to be running. You need an Azure bot service. So this is the service that you're going to interact with from the code side that is actually going to send messages into Teams, and you receive messages back as well. We need an Azure AD app registration. So this is so that we can connect from our web server to the bot service using a client ID and password. And we also need a HTTP tunnel as well. So because we're developing locally on our web server and the Azure bot service is running in Azure in the cloud, we need to be able to provide a tunnel from our local address. So the Azure bot service has a public address that it can send messages to, and that tunnel will forward messages to our local web server. And finally, we need a Microsoft Teams app package. So this is the app package that we're going to deploy into Teams. It's going to tell Teams that this app contains a bot and all of the necessary information that Teams needs to be able to serve that bot in the user interface, and users be able to actually install that and use. So those were all the different components, and how do these interact? Well, we have our web server, and it talks about the bot service and our app registration. So we need this app registration to provide this authentication between our running code and the bot service. We need the tunnel that sits in between, that is going to basically be the go-between, the middleware, if you like, between our locally running code and the bot service running in Azure. We need our Teams package, which goes into Teams, so that can actually be used. And then the bot service and Teams are going to interact. The messages are going to get from our local web server through the tunnel to Azure bot service, and then into Teams, into locations where that bot is installed. So how does Teams Toolkit actually help us here? Well, it provides a number of steps for us to get up and running very quickly. So when we create a bot using Teams Toolkit and we hit the F5 button, it's going to do a number of things for us that we don't have to do, and speeds up the development time massively. So first, it verifies and installs that we've got all the prerequisites on our machine. It starts an instance of the ngrok HTTP tunnel service. It creates our Azure AD app registration for us. It creates the Azure bot service registration for us, then compiles all the bot code, starts the local web server, generates that Teams app package, deploys that app package to Teams, starts debugging session, and then finally it opens up a browser window that allows us to go to the Teams web client and actually install that app and then use it straight away. And that's all from just one press of a button, which is handling a lot of setup and configuration behind the scenes that's going to enable you to go from nothing to a running bot pretty quickly. So let's talk about how we can trigger this proactive message once Teams Toolkit has got everything set up. So we have our web server and we have a client, and that client is going to send a HTTP post. Our web server is going to intercept that message. It's going to send that up to the Azure bot service, which is then going to send that message into Teams. What does that look like? Well, it just looks like any normal HTTP post. Couple of examples there. So you can either use PowerShell or curl to just send a post request into your local web server and trigger the message. So we're sending a message. You can send text or you can send an adaptive card. Quick refresher if you don't know what an adaptive card is. So this is a declarative way of designing interactive cards using JSON schema. So basically we can use the adaptive cards approach to combine our data, combine our templates, generate a card and send that in our message. So how does that look from the code side? So this is the code that is given to you in the template. So to just explain what this code is doing, this is using TeamsFX SDK, which is aimed to make bot development much easier. This for loop will basically get all of the installation targets for where the bot has been installed across Teams. So it'll get the target, we'll loop through them all, and then we're going to send an adaptive card. And it uses this block here. So this adaptive cards declare method first is going to accept a notification template. So this is just a JSON file with the adaptive card template. And then for the render, we're going to pass in a data object. So this has the title, app name, and description and notification URL. The adaptive card will have placeholders in there that we can inject the values into. One thing I just wanted to point out as well is that the target that we've got back actually provides type to us as well. So we can actually understand, well, is this bot running in a personal context? Is it in a group chat? Or is it in a channel? So once we've actually rendered the card, we then send the card through to Teams using this send adaptive card method that's provided on the installation target. And then finally, we just provide a response like you would do with an Azure function. Quickly cover the different target types, like I mentioned. So we've got a few examples here. So we can target a channel. We can loop through channels. We can loop through the members of those channels. We can also do group chats as well. Again, looping through the members of those group chats and actually sending messages. Or we can actually identify individuals and send messages to individuals based on their UPN or email address, or a number of members as well. So with that, let's jump into the demo. So I've got Teams Toolkit Visual Studio Code running here. I'm going to create a new app. Click the Create New Teams app, and I've got 3 options for bots. Now I'm going to create a notification bot here. It gives us a few options. I'm going to choose a HTTP trigger running on Azure Functions and use JavaScript. Use the default location and type in ticket alerts and scaffold this app. So Teams Toolkit has created our app. If you've seen Azure Functions before, this should be quite familiar. But here's the code here, the HTTP trigger code that I showed in the slides. This is what's going to be executed when we run this. And so let's run that now. I'm going to open Teams Toolkit in here. I'm already logged in to my tenant. So I'm now just going to go to local here, and I'm going to debug in Edge. So we're going to see all the steps that Teams Toolkit provides us with. Like I said before, it's going to go through and it's going to install lots of dependencies. It's going to check for prerequisites, so it's checking that Azure Functions is there and ngrok is there as well, and it's making sure that we're all authenticated and everything is okay. So what it's doing now is it's just quickly installing the npm packages. Okay, so that's done. It's starting a local tunnel service in the background, doing the registrations. So it's already done the Azure AD app. Now it's doing the bot registration. And now it's generating the app package and uploading that into Teams as well. So the next step will be to open up Edge and run the Azure function as well. So there we can see our notification endpoint. And in another screen, it's just opened up. So I'm just going to log in. There we go. So I'll add that in. So that has set up the bot, and then I can come into PowerShell and I can send a post request. So this could be anything. This could be another web service. It could be Postman. And there it's triggered the message. So it's rendered the adaptive card in there with a button. And that is how quick it is to create a bot using Teams Toolkit for Visual Studio Code. Lots of resources available to you for be able to extend this bot. I'll post these in the chat just shortly. And just a reminder, for next week, we're going to go through building tabs. And there we are. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Thank you.